Now I want to talk about naming the pages and moving the pages. If you look right here, I'll right click on the tab down below, and there I can delete the sheet, insert sheet, rename the sheet, move or copy the sheet, and then tab color. It's very similar to Office. In this case, you can click on rename, and you can rename it to whatever your ID number is, or ID name for your snake. If you want to make more tabs, like I do, I copy tabs that are close to, if I want to do another male Borneo, then I will copy a male Borneo page and just change out the picture, change the ID number, and change out the information from up top in here based on that snake. So it does vary. You can do that very easily. It's going to be a long video I'm looking at now. Let's try to scroll further, because I'm teaching you. And obviously, if you want to change any of the writing in here, just click on it and change the writing. It's that simple. But you'll have to do it for each one. Okay, that's the fun part. So each of these snakes, you can see I have it broken down. It's very, very easy to maintain once I get the main structure. Now I got to the end here to where I have my ball python, and mine, as I get to the end, it keeps scrolling to the next one automatically. But if you need to scroll to the end, just remember to use these tiny little arrows down here in the left corner. Microsoft has them too, and that will scroll over for you to the next area. You can see the blood python is BP101201, because that's a ball python, male, in 2012, first one that I have of that. Ball python, Python regius, and all his information down here. So by giving us a little class here, I'm really set on going inches and feet with size, for length, I should say. Okay, now bonus page here. I created this page here, and this is the food page. This food page, and I'm still working on it. I need y'all's help. Okay, so if you can help me get this information. Ooh, look at that, a typo. God, I love classes. That's energy, not enerwaj. Energy, yeah. Get some. So, I have to change that at work too in the Microsoft version. I have it broken down in here by. I went to a website and got this information, and it's generally based off of what you have available in your drop-down menu. So if you're going to edit the drop-down menu for your food types, you're going to have to add, if you want to know the specifics about that snake, you're going to have to add it into here. I have rats, pinky, fuzzy, pup, wean, small, medium, medium large, large, extra large, jumbo. Yeah, that would have been a huge drop-down menu. Then you have the domesticated mouse. In this case, I used to have all the gestation cycles, but not gestation, but growth cycles, but I changed it out. So you have 1 day. No, actually, I still do. I'm sorry. 1 day, and then medium, large, small, large. Those are fuzzy sizes. Then hopper, then small, medium, large, jumbo. Okay, so that's got all the sizes in there. Rabbits generally are based, when it comes to feeders, are based off of weight. In this case, I have it in grams. I convert it from pounds just so it matches the rest of my my information, because everything else is based off of grams. So instead of converting that, I just converted the higher one over down to grams. So you have your your rabbits. You have your extra small, medium, large, extra large, double X, triple X. Then I added soft fur, African soft fur rats. I don't have any information on soft fur rats when it comes to nutritional value. So I'd appreciate if someone can give me some information on soft fur rats. Then we have guinea pig, the neonatal, and then 10-week old. So there's more in between there, but that's in general just what I can get. Also pig, we got juvenile, just the domestic pig. I know there's other types of pigs, other types of rabbits. So I'm going off of the domestic, and mice and rats. So I'm going off of the standard breeders, nothing fancy, not fancy rats, not actually they'll eat any rat. So I'm a liar. They'll eat anything, okay, as far as like this, doesn't matter the species of rabbit, but it will eat it. But this information is based off of the general stuff. Then chickens, then hamsters, and quail. Alright, so if you want to add food to this is just a general knowledge sheet page. It is not used in anywhere else inside this document. So it's just there for you. So you know when you feed, there we go. Let's go with 9-gram pinky rat, or 9-gram rat, based off of food type drop down being rat, and then the weight. You can look here and say, oh, that's the size of a pinky. All right, so it's a pinky rat. Well, look, oh crap, it was a little bit over 2 inches. Oh crap, look, this is the nutritional value. This is what my snake gets from its healthy food. All right, so there you go, bam. Okay, then now let's go into, so help me with this, please. This is still my beta version, but the more input you give me to add to this, or give me a website, give me a book, give me some type of information that I can go to and get my own information from and put it into here, it will benefit, because this page I want to expand as much as possible for every type of feeder, because it's that way you don't have to convert it on your own. Worst case scenario, let's say you in particular only use rats. If you really wanted to, you can delete the rest of the information, and I don't give a damn, because it's yours. It's your tracker. If you only want to keep rats, then you keep rats. If you want to add your own information, do that. If you want to delete this entire freaking tab, delete it. If you don't think it's important for you to have and decrease your file size, just right click right on the fucking food tab right here and delete sheet. Okay, or if you want to delete a specific information of a specific column or row, delete it, edit it, it's yours. Alright, now I'm going to get into drop down. Drop down, ladies and gentlemen, was very fun. Please do not delete the drop down page. It's a bogus page with what looks like random information on it, but it is not. What I did is I linked this page and its information to throughout the program. What I did is I had to, it's going to be very tough, okay, because I apologize, but I do this in Microsoft, so bear with me on this. If I select column A, alright, and I scroll all the way down to other, look what just happened. I don't know if you can see it. Right above here, in the name box, it says food, or foods. If I just click on NA, it says alpha 1, rat is alpha 2, 3 is alpha 3, alpha 4, alpha 5, so on and so forth. Each of them have their own designated name. But when I select them all, it says foods. Now why does it say foods? Okay, I'm going to show you. I'm going to go over to Delta real quick. And in Bravo, you'll see the same thing. If you select all of those, it says 8. ATE. If you go to C and click on all three, it says sex. Yes, please. Okay, so let's go with Delta here. I'm going to add me, you, we, they, I. Yeah, I'm just adding a bunch of crap. Alright, so I'm going to select all those. Okay, and I'm going to center it just because that's crazy like that. Alright, OCD, I don't know. I'm going to center them all. Then I'm going to go up here to this little drop down name box up here in the top left. I'm going to select what it says Delta 1 to Delta 5, and I'm going to name that us. I don't know. Just bear with me, okay? So it says us. I have now, and I'm going to hit enter. You have to hit enter. And now I have named that entire section us. So when I create a drop down menu, those will be the options for, that's right, us. Alright, so you'll see if I click on just me, it says Delta 1, Delta 2, Delta 3, Delta 4, Delta 5. Or if I select all of them, it says us. It's crazy. Alright, so now I created the ability to do the drop down menu. Now let's create the drop down menu. This is the fun part because I haven't done it in this yet. Okay, I'm going to check on shed. See this little option down here, it says shed. The first one shed that says NA. I'm going to select that. And I'm going to go up to data. Okay, validity. Oh, there we go, validity in this case, okay? In Microsoft, it says like to validate or some crap like that. So common sense is validity. But I chose validity, and then I went into criteria, all right? And then I go into the drop-down menu, and I click on list, because I created a list. See how that works? It's crazy how that works. Entries. Now, the way I had to do it in Microsoft Word, I'm going to try in here. And then it's equals, because you want this list to equal whatever the name of the list you made. What did I name that? Oh, that's right. Equal us. All right. So now, by putting equal us, I just am saying that this cell that I just chose is going to relate to the list called us. That cell equals us. All right. And I'm going to hit OK. And look at this. Shed has a little arrow next to it, drop down menu, and I really effed that one up because it just says equals us. In Word, when you do that, it does it. It just automatically goes over here and refers to this drop down menu of us. I'm really gonna have to play around with this because there's no way. There is no effing way. Because in Microsoft, you have to refer to a list that you make, and I am starting to wonder. Are you kidding me? Okay. Watch this. Okay, I selected the cell again that I want to edit. Now let's do this. I want to show you this. I select that cell, I use my shift, and I scroll all the way down. I'm doing that because I'm one-handed right now holding the camera. But other than that, you can scroll all the way down and use shift. Okay, I'm going to select all the cells. That top one and all the ones below it. And I'm going to go into data. And I'm going to go into validity. And then I'm going to choose list. And then I'm going to try something. Watch this. Me. Enter. You. Enter. They. We. Enter. They. Enter. I. Enter. Us. I'm just trying something out. I'm learning as you learn. And then I hit OK. Because what I think happened is, let's see, hit OK. And now when I click on that drop down, look at that. I love, oh my God, I'm in love. This is so much easier than Microsoft. In Microsoft, I had to build each of the, and so in this case, ladies and gentlemen, if you have OpenOffice, I would suggest learning both, because you're going to have to, if you have two different computers and they each have their own little viewer on it, I guess. So keep the drop down page regardless. If you have, so there you go, if you have OpenOffice, then you can easily just go up to data. Just make sure you select your cells first, data, validity, change it to list, and then type in each of the drop down options you want. Now when I click on shed, look at that. I have all the options right there, and you can choose your options. So with that being said, it's the same thing with editing old drop downs. The food type, let's try this out. Food type's already got a drop down menu, you see that, right? Okay, so I'm gonna choose this top one anyway. Let's see, I'm gonna choose that cell. Tinkering around here. Go to validity, cell range. Oh, okay. I still like this one better. Apparently the coding is cell range, not list, when in OpenOffice. In Word you use list to refer to another list on another sheet, but this one's cell range, and then you can see it says source foods. Okay, and then it refers back to foods. But if if you're going to use OpenOffice, just make a list and create your own drop down. If you're going to use Microsoft Word, make sure you create the drop down first, come back into here, and then make list and make equals, and then the name of the list, so that way it refers to that list. If you're going to edit a current one that I already created, such as this food type drop down menu, keep the information the same. In this case, it's cell range because I'm in OpenOffice. So you have the source called foods. Alright, here's how you're going to edit this. I'm going to cancel for now. I'm going to go over to drop down. See how when I selected these, it said foods, right? What's going to happen now is I want to add another, let's say I want to add hamster to this. I'm going to add hamster below other. Alright, and because I'm OCD, I'm going to center it. So hamster's now added, but hamster, when I hit enter after I add the name up top, that locks it for that selection. So now that I added hamster, I need to create a new selection. So I'm start at the top, shift, and scroll down, select them all, and you see in the name box it says Alpha 1 to Alpha 11. I'm going to rename that. I'm going to call it, I'm going to see how this works. I'm going to call it foods again, and see if it will just rename or edit the current foods, and then I will hit enter. No, it didn't. See, I automatically selected just the ones that fall under foods. Crazy. Crazy for a feeling. So you need, let me get hamster back. Same thing happens in Word, so I don't think it's any different. Alright, so now, because I cannot use the same name twice, I'm going to name it Food 1. And then hit enter. Now, if I come over here, because I hit enter, it's done. So now if I come over here, and I use this drop down menu, and I click on drop down, hamster's not in there, because it's still referring to foods. Correction, yeah, foods. So now what I need is I need to select the box, select the cell, or select all the cells, because all the cells are formatted already. So in this case, I have to select all the cells. Okay, so I ran out of space on my camera. I had to cut it, and yeah. Anyway, so I believe I left off with the drop-down menu relating to foods. All right, so we have to go and select this option. Oh, correction, select the cell. You go up here to data, go to validate, validity, and it already says cell range, okay? But instead of being foods for cell range, we're going to choose food 1. Or was it foods 1? Let's try foods 1. And hit OK. Now the drop down menu says foods 1. So where's my drop down? Let's see what I named it. Food 1. Alright, so you see if you name it wrong, it doesn't work. So let's go back and click on there. And the first cell only for this example. Click on data up top, validity, and call this food 1. Hit OK. And now the drop down menu says, there we go, look at that. Look at that. Now we got hamster added to right after other. Alright, so that's how you can edit the drop down menus to fit your specific line of food that you feed. You don't have to keep all these options that I have in mind. I don't even know why I keep them all. Maybe just because later on I might have something that wants a freaking guinea pig, or I have something that wants a quail. I'm not sure. But I might eventually, for my version, I might delete or edit the drop down menu for me specifically. So the less information, the smaller the file. So I suggest actually getting rid of stuff you don't need, so your files run smoother and things like that. So it's less cluttered. But so right now I'm trying to teach you how, in fact, to edit those. Let's see. So with the drop-down menu, other than that, in OpenOffice, so you remember in OpenOffice, you're going to go to Data, and you're going to Validity, and then you're going to choose List. Then you're going to type in all the words that you want for your drop-down menu. That is simple in OpenOffice. In Microsoft Word, you have to create a drop-down option like this one right here, and then you have to name it, and you have to come back to the sheet that you want, select the cells that you want to put that drop-down menu in, go up to Data, Validity, Cell Range, and then the title of the source, the title that you named your drop-down menu. And you're going to do this for every page, every sheet that you have, every snake that you have. There is no way to edit all sheets at one time, all the cells that you want to select at one time. There's no way to do that. It's a very time-consuming process, but it's worth it in the end. It took me last night creating these drop-down menus that I have and going through every page and add them to the drop-down. I added drop-down to the cells. It took me a couple hours. But do it at your own pace. And like I said, I would keep the drop down. I would keep the options I have, and it makes sense. Honestly, if you are only going to use OpenOffice, I would start using the Validity and then the List and creating your own, because it's the easiest way to do this. I do not know how that works in OpenOffice though. If I were to open this, if I were to save that document and then open it in Microsoft Excel, I don't know if the coding would be the same. So if you have any doubts that you might open this up in Microsoft Excel, I would still continue to create on my drop-down page here. I'd continue to create a drop-down menu, select them, go up to the name box, name them, hit enter, and then come into each of these, select the cells you want to give the drop-down menu to, go up to Data, Validity, choose Cell Range, and then the source would be the title that you named your drop-down menu. I would do that. Surely because I already know that's how it reads here. That's how I already know that this cell range here is read as a list in Microsoft Excel. So I don't know how a list here is read over there. I haven't gone back that way. And I'm trying to make sure that we keep the format is compatible with both viewers. I'm trying to think of anything else that I can teach you all. Like here's an example about what you can do. There's so many things you can do to this. If you know for a fact that you only deal with ball pythons, you already know the ball python range from hatchling to a 10-year-old adult. Okay, so you can actually create a drop-down menu with all the sizes, the lengths, so you don't have to type in the length every time. You go to drop-down menu for 2.5 feet, 3 feet. If you want to round it off, let's say your snake's 2 foot 5 inches. Yeah, you're gonna say your snake's 2.5 foot. Okay, so you can do it every 0.5. Do I would probably start with inches as well, like in the beginning. But I'd go to like 1 point or 1 foot, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, so on and so forth, and create your own little drop-down menu for the length if you want to. Other than that, I will, because it is a beta version, I will go in, like I said, for my next version I'm about to upload, I will change it to inches or feet. I'll add that into each of these. And I gotta make I can't save this one because I did so much crap to it. I don't want to save it. And I also need to make sure I change this energy in my actual working document. Other than that, this is David Weimert, also known as Ithaca, from BloodyReptiles.com. Be sure to check me out. Also be sure to check out herperparade.com. Awesome reptile forum and media. And I'm sorry if I seem like I'm a lot. I want to make sure I give you all the best information I can on how to edit this and run this, because people are. One of the guys said I would put a filter in. There is no filter. You create your own. This is built for you. You're gonna have to put some work into this, and the only work that you really have to put in is what you want in it, and that's what's really great about it. This is printable, by the way, so you can print this stuff off and keep it in a hard copy in your documents. You can print off just the top portion there and have little data sheets that you can put up with your snakes and a little picture. It's all cool because I have personalized little data sheets. Yeah, you can do that. There's a lot of things you can do with it. All I ask is that if you use this and people ask you where you got it from, yeah, you can give them your copy. That's fine. Whatever, it's free. But I would at least like some, say, hey, check out, Bloody Pythons, check it out. That's where I got it from. Or go to Her Per Parade. I downloaded it from there. Just to help us get the word out a little bit more about this, and share this videos. I'm sure it's going to be edited into a bunch of videos, almost an hour freaking long. I don't know. Just if you have anything that you add to yours, which you feel is important, or some coding that might help me out, making things a little bit easier, run a little bit smoother, or add options to this, please let me know. I am self-taught by, dabbing around with this. I'm no expert. I've been in any schools for it, so any information you can provide for me makes this better for everybody else. I'm gonna have to start titling this thing beta version 10.5.2.alpha-8. I don't know, some crazy ass numbers. I have so many versions, but I will keep the most current one updated on my website and on Her Per Parade, so you can download it. Remember, if we can do it, so can you. Okay, so we have a small addition and update. I know it's part of the video, and it's at the end of the previous video, the same video if it's at the end, I guess, but here we go. I made a few changes to this based on the video when I seen a few things I want to do. Let me go over a few things real quick. Number one, I did change down here where it says, it used to say just inches, now it's inches/feet. I talked about that before. And I changed how grams and pounds was spelled here, but it's the same format. So that's slightly different, those two things. And now what I did is I went through, let's see if this works. Yes, I made these little pop-up things which tell you, for this sex part, use drop-down menu, the date for hatch, enter date, month, and year. So each of these little, and even over here, ID example, and I break it down on how I made my ID. And each of these down here as well. Length has got a little note saying only use numbers, i.e. 29 or 29.5 or 29.75. So that way people don't put like 29 inches. If you put inches, it's going to come up with an error right here where the numbers show up. If you put 21 feet, it's the same thing. It's going to give you an error. So it's only numbers with a decimal, if there is a decimal. Measured, there's a little note saying, of course, it's a date required, so enter day, month, and year. Weight, only use numbers, i.e. 29 or 29.5 or 29.75. Same thing. If you put 29 grams or 920 grams, this part right here where it autofills for weight is going to give you an error, because it doesn't include the writing, just the numbers. So here it says use drop-down menu. Food weight says use numbers and unit, i.e. 2 grams, 2.5 pounds, and so on. So that tells you what you can use there. Food type, use drop-down menu. Feed date, once again, says so on and so forth. So each of these blocks, to make it a little bit more dummy-proof for everybody. One, you have my examples in there, but let's say you delete those and you forget. On every single one of these, I went through and put notes on all those tabs or all those cells to let you know what you have to add per cell. Let's see here. I did find some info thanks to one of the members on Lone Star
Lone Star Reptile Syndicate, Lone Star Syndicate. Yeah, I think it's Lone Star Reptile Syndicate. My buddy Raleigh's forum. One of the members on there had some information on care sheets for African soft fur rats. So I broke it down. I put that what information. There was only a little bit that pertained to this, and that was the growth cycle. So that's in here a little bit, along with how much they should weigh at each of those. No nutritional information or length and stuff like that, but you can find out. Let me know, and we will we'll add it to this. I also fixed the energy part up there, as I was discovered. So anyway, there's a few updates. Let me know what you all think, and I already uploaded, or I will be uploading this new version here shortly. Links will remain the same, so enjoy.